Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well and all of you are safe and healthy during this time. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about 5 ways how to feel love in this cruel and narcissistic world. So today is Valentine's Day where I'm situated. So I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day and also a belated or advanced happy Valentine's Day, depending on where you are in the world. So, as you know, the world right now is not in a great shape. There's a lot of unrest, disharmony going on in various parts of the world. Um, and so it's in this kind of a world it becomes very hard to feel love. And me personally, I have struggled to feel good, just looking on social media at all the things that are going on in the world, all the injustice, all the indifference towards the injustice, the cruelty. It's hard. It's hard to see all of that and still feel love. But this video, I'm just going to try to put some points forward that I have been trying myself and that have helped me get through this time, still feel positive, be positive, do my duty and my um, like dharam in the world, right? So I'm just trying to put those forward and hoping that it helps you in some way in whatever journey you are on. So the first thing is accept all the bad things that are happening in the world. Now, this world could be like the global world, the news that you hear, or it could be your own little world where you have a narcissistic family or a narcissistic boss, or you are caught up in a narcissistic system and you can't get out of it. Or it could be your own internal struggles, your own internal patterns which are extremely narcissistic or cruel, etc. Right? So accept whatever is bad, you have to accept it. If you are in denial to it, you are one step away from healing it or integrating it. So, I spent a lot of my time in my life where I would not read news that was disturbing, or I would not meet people who were narcissistic. I would judge them, I would stay away from them. Now, staying away from them is good to a certain degree, but you can't completely avoid them. You can't start living in a state of isolation. Similarly, with news and the world happenings, you can't keep yourself completely away or detached from it, right? At a certain level, you need to know what is happening in the world. So, the thing is, the world or people around you, or even your inside feelings, are like a play. They are yin and yang. So if you accept the bad with the good, you will be able to live a more harmonious and a more balanced life where the good will not affect you too much and the bad will not affect you too much. But if you only keep looking for good and not accept the bad, that would be problematic, because that's not a very complete way to live in the world. So that is the first point, that accept all the bad things that are in the world, that are inside you, that are inside other people. Just have a level of acceptance towards them. You might not be able to reach like 100% acceptance in first go, which is okay, right? But try to reduce your hatred or your avoidance or your denial of bad things that can happen or are happening in the world, in other people, in yourself, etc. So get on that path of acceptance. The second point is, once you are able to do the first point to a certain degree, what you will realize is we all are created by one consciousness, the good and the bad, the beauty and the ugliness, the cruelty and the compassion are all part of one consciousness which is manifesting in different forms. right? So once you get that sort of a level of understanding, the hatred or the love that you feel towards one side versus the other will kind of start coming in the middle, right? And you'll start walking what is called as the middle path, where you have a level of acceptance for the good things that are happening in the world as well as the bad things that are happening in the world, or within yourself or with the people around you, right? So understand that everything is coming from one consciousness. Then the third point is, once you have conceptually or internally in your feelings understood these things, try to take whatever practical actions you can do in the world to support the side that you are supporting. So, for example, if you are a manifestation of the consciousness that is supporting the cruel side or the so called bad or dark side, then do the things that are dark so that you are supporting your side, right? So, you're putting in action where your words are. And on the other side, if you're watching this channel, you probably aren't supporting the dark side, you're supporting the lighter side. So then put your actions towards doing good to the world. So, in what way can you do good to the world? Now, not all of us are warriors, so we can't go and fight in wars, right, on the side that we support. But what you can do is you can start supporting small businesses, stop supporting big corporations, stop supporting entertainment industry, sports industry, which are distracting you, which are taking you away from the purpose that you want there to be in your life. Start supporting the voices that you want to be amplified in the world. Instead of focusing on how dark they are, oh my god, look at how disgusting they are, all the things they are doing, what you can do is you can actually start amplifying the good. And slowly, when you amplify your own energy or the energy that you stand for, it will start spreading in the world. That'll, you have to move it, you have to move the scales to the direction you want, because that's what the other side is doing. They are not promoting your voices, they are promoting their own voices. So instead of just looking at them and criticizing them, what you can do is you can find your own voice and start promoting that, or start promoting other voices which are on your team, right? So that is what you can start doing practically. Then the fourth point is accept yourself for who you are. So you might have some bad points yourself as well. For example, a lot of empaths who have gone through narcissistic abuse, they are not very focused. So they cannot, because they have been through so much mentally, physically, they do not have the energy to focus on what they want and amplify their own voice, etc. And they sometimes fall short. Whereas the dark forces, because they don't lose much energy, they only take energy, they are extremely energetic and they can keep on going, spreading their darkness. So, if you are in that phase of your life where you are not able to support your cause, you're just, you are in that phase of criticizing, of feeling bad, of pitying, of that victim mentality, you should accept that as well, because only once you accept that will you be able to get beyond it. So accept yourself for who you are at this point of time. It's not fixed, you will change as time progresses. Accept the healing stage you are in, accept your limitations, your disadvantages, your advantages, right? So accept the phase you are in and honor it. You don't have to push yourself beyond a point where you cannot go any further. And that acceptance itself is your dharam at that point. You don't always have to do something to do your dharam. Just not doing anything, being in a state of acceptance, of accepting the truth, is also actually a very difficult thing to do, and it really helps the world as well. Um, then the fifth point I have is be grateful. Now, I know it is very difficult to be grateful when so many bad things are happening around you, inside you, and when you are in that narcissistic cycle, it is hard to be grateful. It is very difficult. But at the same time, being grateful is one of the biggest medicines to getting better. So you can be grateful for something very small, like it's not small, but something very simple, like having your body, having a body, having a body that works, having eyes that work, having like ears that work. And so many people in the world are living with bodies where some of their body parts unfortunately are not working, or some people in the world actually have body parts which are working, but due to aggression and all the bad things happening in the world, they are losing their body parts. They are losing the ability to live a life that they should, that every human is entitled to live, with all your body parts intact. But they are facing so much of violence, and they are losing their body parts, etc. So what this also does is and it gives you like a point where you can be grateful for some things that we take for granted every day, like having a body that works, right? Even in that, the world will make you feel bad for the body you have. It'll make you feel like, oh, you're too fat, or you're too short, or you are bald, you don't have hair, or something like that, right? Or you're too skinny. So, just understanding that just having a body that is fully functional, having all body parts intact, is such a big blessing from God, right? And sometimes we don't have that perspective, but just having that perspective will make you feel grateful that you actually have a lot there that we might not acknowledge on a day to day basis because we have taken it for granted. But when we see other people not having that or losing that, it really puts into perspective how lucky we are, how grateful we should be to all the things that we have. We have running water, we have food to eat, we have internet access, we have a house to live in, right? We have a life to experience. And just not letting the narcissists take that away from you, take that feeling of gratitude away from you, is a big deal. And that's what narcissists want to do. They want to take that feeling away from you. The feeling that you feel when you are one with God, when you are one with consciousness, the ego wants to take it away from you. And the narcissists are the manifestation of huge egos, right, in the world. So they want to take away that gratitude from you. That's why you feel so sad when you read the news. You don't feel happy to be a part of this world, but that's what they want. So you can counter them by understanding their game, and instead of being ungrateful, being grateful. That will really confuse them, and that will actually help the world heal. By being grateful for the world, by being grateful for the love in the world, and feeling that love within yourself, that itself becomes like an act of resistance, and that is what will help the world heal. So I hope this helped you in some way, and as always, I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.